Hey everyone, welcome to the first installment of what we're going to call System Spotlight. In our normal wheel episodes, we don't really get a chance to dive into a specific aspect of my setup, so we're going to do that here, and for the first episode, I wanted to dive into the original Xbox. If you're a fan of the original Xbox or you're just interested in this kind of thing, I think you're going to want to stick around to see what I've done to my Xbox. I think you're going to be really surprised and blown away by what we've been able to do here. So first things first, this is my original Halo Special Edition Xbox. Got it when it came out about 20 years ago. It's kind of rare, but of all the Special Edition Xboxes, this is the most common. So I'm going to start with some of the basic stuff I did first, and then we're going to get crazy. As with most of my modded systems, I pretty much always change the power LED to a white one. I just like the way it looks. No white power jokes, please. I just replaced the really noisy stock Xbox fan with this Noctua fan and this custom green bracket from Retrofrog. Really makes a difference in the airflow, but mostly the sound. The original Xbox fan sounded like a lawnmower. Also, right after capturing all this footage, I used this bracket here and I replaced my original hard drive that still works, but I replaced it with a 500 gigabyte SSD. I actually don't need that much space at all. You will see why in a bit. Alright, so let's get to the really interesting stuff. This part was a little too advanced for me, so I actually had some help. Justin from Power Up Gaming did the more advanced modding part of this. He's a really cool guy and did an awesome job. Can't recommend him enough. So here's what he did. The original Xbox's video output used to be a proprietary output, and I used component cables, which was pretty nice. But now there's a company called Make Megahertz, and they make a couple of things. First of all, we installed an Xbox HD Plus. That gave us a modern HDMI output. This is a straight digital output from the board, and it's as crystal clear a picture as you're gonna get out of this thing. The second thing he did was he actually recapped the system, so a lot of the capacitors on that Xbox would tend to go bad, they'd get leaky, so he replaced all those with brand new caps. The other thing we installed from Make Megahertz is something called Project Stellar. This does a whole ton of things and it's expandable for future features, but in a nutshell, without getting too technical, it's an add-on board that goes in the Xbox that not only adds a ton of functionality and control over the paired Xbox HD Plus, the HDMI piece, but it has tons of add-on ports for future stuff. So it's incredibly versatile and almost future-proof. So what does this thing do exactly? First of all, it installs an entirely new operating system in the Xbox. From here we can do basic things like just look at vital statistics of what's going on with the Xbox. Then we can also change all the video modes, we can change all the surround sound modes, change the region that we're playing games in. Tons of customizable options if you're doing emulation or if you have an upgraded processor. It uses the network, so when new updates come out, you can update them right from here. But there's two really cool things here, and this is what I think is going to impress most people that are unfamiliar. So you see this network devices option here? Just going to freeze it there for a second so we can talk about this. Right now it's disabled because the Stellar just came out. They're putting out updates all the time. I'm told that very soon there is an update coming that will support something called RetroNAS. Now let me explain what that is. I already have RetroNAS set up. So you've seen my controller setup. Just to the right of that, there's a closet. Not very good lighting in there, but real quick, I'll just show you that there's a little Raspberry Pi that's just basically a small computer, and that is controlling this massive storage array. I already own and have a ton of original Xbox games here, but for games that I don't actually have on hand, I can store all of these games in that storage array, and this little mini computer will sort of dispense all of those files directly to my Xbox in the other room from my closet. You say that sounds crazy, that must be pretty laggy. No, I mean, not really. So if you think about it, the original games were on a DVD disc, and the Xbox had a laser that was reading the data from the disc. That was actually pretty slow in comparison to a modern in-home network. My in-home network's really fast, my storage is really fast, so sending the actual game files to read over the network through the Xbox's network port is actually faster than it would be from a laser on a disc. So instead of feeding a game through the DVD drive and wearing out the DVD or wearing out my laser, I can play games feeding it over my network with virtually no downside whatsoever. I already have this all set up and ready to go in my RetroNAS. Got just a little bit over 2 terabytes worth of Xbox games from all countries, and as soon as this update comes out, I can choose a game, any game ever made, from the menu and play it right through my network instantly. So that's the first amazing feature. The second amazing feature, I think fans of the original Xbox will blow your mind. So as some of you may know, Xbox Live was amazing. Xbox Live was like the first online network on consoles to sit and play games with your friends. It had voice chat. Sure, there was other consoles that had, technically were the first, but not really, not like this. This was the first one done right, and modern online gaming kind of comes from this model. The original Xbox's Xbox Live service was discontinued. It was turned off in 2012. So all those awesome games that you used to play online, you can't play on anymore online. You're just limited to the single player modes of all those games. But the Stellar OS makes it easy and has a built-in option to connect to the Insignia service. Insignia is a service that was created by fans that is basically private servers. And if you set it all up on your Xbox, you can connect to their servers and then connect to other people playing on the Insignia service to revive those original Xbox games that you miss playing online. This is really amazing. So I actually captured some of this. I reached out on the Discord, and I used to play a lot of Crimson Skies back in the day. A lot of Crimson Skies, a lot of MotoGP, amongst a ton of other games online. But Crimson Skies was a big one. I used to always murder everyone in that. I was always at the top of the leaderboard, and I'm probably really rusty. I haven't played it online in at least 15 years. I reached out on the Insignia Discord and I said, I need to play some Crimson Skies with some people. I'm doing an episode on my TikTok about the original Xbox and Insignia. And everyone said, cool, let's play Crimson Skies. So it was really amazing. All these people hopped on. It was really easy. They made a lobby. And the next thing I knew, I was sitting in a lobby talking on my original Xbox headset that I digged out of the closet. The voice quality sounds terrible, but it sounds exactly like it did. And then we were playing Crimson Skies in a full room of people. I had a blast. I had so much fun. Came right back to me. I won a couple of matches. I lost a couple of matches. I cannot describe to you how fun this was. Ended on a high note with a big win. So, really cool. What else did I do? Oh, I added a custom dashboard. So in order to play some Xbox Live games through Insignia, you need to install some updates, but those servers are down, so the updates are unavailable. So what Stellar allows you to do is connect to your Xbox through some FTP software. It basically just connects to the hard drive over the network. So I connected to the hard drive, I dropped a dashboard file in there, I dropped some update files that I got for some of these games that I wanted to play online, like Project Gotham Racing 2 and all these games. I dragged those updates over to my Xbox in the other room. Then I went on that Xbox and I opened up this custom dashboard. This one is called Unleash X. It's really awesome. You can launch downloaded games, applications, and then what I did with it was go to the File Explorer and I installed those updates. That's when I popped in the original Crimson Skies disc, and it was awesome. So yeah, what else can I say here? It's hooked up HDMI to this HDMI switcher, which right now goes straight to my Elgato HD60X, which is what I use to capture footage for my episodes, and that goes to my TV. Pretty soon, this RetroTink 5X that upscales all of my old systems to 1440p on my big flat screen is going to be replaced because the RetroTink 4K is going to come out, and that will take HDMI inputs. So the Xbox that you're watching me play right now, that pretty soon when that comes out, I will have upscaled to 4K. Here are my original controllers. The bottom two are just regular ones, but the top one is the special edition one that came with the Halo console, and that second one is actually interesting. It looks like the other ones, but when I got this, everyone else was playing with those giant Duke Xbox controllers. This is actually the Japanese Xbox controller. You can tell because of the green jewel in the middle. I got this from an import shop in New York. No one had this small style of controller. Everyone was using that giant catcher's mitt controller. And I got this, and then maybe 6 months to a year after, the United States got a version of the same controller. Like I said, when I do my normal wheel spin episodes, we don't really have time to delve this deep into a specific system and how it's hooked up and what I did to it. And people usually have a lot of questions, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to really get in there and talk about it for my fellow nerds who are interested. Do you want to see more of these? I really wanted to explain what I did with the original Xbox because I just did it and I'm really excited about it. And I did a lot of this kind of stuff with the other systems as well. So if you think I should do more of these and talk about some other systems, let me know. And if you have any specific requests and I have something interesting to say about your request, I'll do an episode on it. Let me know in the comments. If you dig this, give it a share and a like, and I'll see you the next time we spin the wheel. Thanks all. Bye.